Hello and welcome to the show. Later on we'll be joined by Jo Austin, who's going to show us some really clever little triangle boxes using the Papermania Home To Nest collection.
First of all, I just want to show you this from Debbie Powell. She's actually on our design team and she's done a hexagon box.
That's fantastic,
using
isn't
the
it?
gorgeous range. I absolutely love this. It's so beautiful. It's quite easy to do. She has got her step-by-steps in the club.
And that'll all be online?
Yeah,
Fantastic.
they'll be all online. So, and I think it's just beautiful.
I really like how the little tag there is part of the packaging.
I was going to say, is that the packaging?
Definitely.
Really clever. I've noticed more and more people are actually using the packaging from Gorgeous.
You get so much more than just the product, don't you?
Yeah.
It's pretty fantastic.
So thank you very much for that, Debbie. Right, should we bring Jo on?
Yes.
Come on, Jo.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for coming.
So,
Quite all right.
what are you going to be making today?
Oh, I've got some beautiful little boxes, and I just think that these are great just for standing on like an Easter tree or a Christmas tree or something like that.
Brilliant.
That's true.
You can make a little hanger as well if you wanted to, or you could
Fantastic.
just leave it as a little plain gift box. This one I've actually done so it opens, so it's got the greeting on the inside.
Awesome.
And then this one I've just done this little like aperture in the
Yeah,
front.
brilliant.
I love
So you
that.
can pop a greeting behind it.
Right
Fantastic.
then. I'll pop off and I'll let Emma and you get on and show the project.
Okay, thank you.
Brilliant.
Right, Jo, should we make a start?
Go on then. What I'm going to use, I'm going to use the Ultimate Die Cut and Paper Pack.
Right.
Primarily because it's got some fantastic papers in here. And you've also got your other elements. Now I'm going to be doing a little bit of stamping on mine with the mini stamps. But if you wanted to take some of these smaller elements with the birds on to actually decoupage on the front, if you're not confident at stamping,
Yeah.
then obviously you can do that as well. We've got a great pack in here.
Yeah.
And same say some fantastic papers as well.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I've done is I've chosen my paper.
Yeah.
And I've scored it into 7cm sections.
Right, okay.
So all I've done is just taken my ruler, just measure across at 7, 14 and 21, which is the width of your A4 paper.
Yeah.
And then we're going to make it nice and square. So we're going to go 7, 14, 21 and 28. And you have a little tiny bit left over at the edge.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to cut that off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over and we're just going to crease it just along each of those little marks that we've got there. So before we cut into the box, you actually need to find out which side is going to come downwards.
Right,
So you don't want your lid facing the opposite way.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be a lid coming down that way. So the birds are actually facing down towards the bottom.
Okay.
And I'm going to start cutting that little section out first. So we're going to come up the centre section. We're going to go each side of that, up 2 squares. And then we're going to take off that little section there as well.
Right, okay.
Okay, so you've got half a triangle just attached to the end.
Yeah.
Going to repeat it on the other side as well. So on this one here, what I've actually done is I've put an extra couple of little folds in.
Right.
And on this section in the middle, which is nice and square, I found the centre point. Just put your finger on there. There's no need to mark it. It's just basically go for wherever you think the centre is. Fold it over and give it a crease.
Right, okay.
Fold it over and give it a crease.
Right.
You can also use the lines and the edges of the card as well,
Right,
if you
okay.
wanted to use that. But I'll give that a nice flexible fold. So fold it forwards and backwards just a couple of extra times
Right,
just to
okay.
strengthen it over. Okay, so nice strong little folds there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off my double-sided tape and we can start sticking this together. And then what we're going to do in the corners, we're going to bring the little triangle section is going to come underneath. And I just basically wibble it about a little bit,
Yeah.
just so you're lined up nice and straight along the edge, and then just seal it. And the same on that one, just so you've got a nice straight edge. And then just seal it across.
Okay.
Okay, so again we're going to just line those edges up, make sure that we're nice and sealed. Then you push in the sides,
Yeah.
like that. Bring this front section down, and then your little section goes
fantastic.
over the top.
Brilliant.
Okay, so that's actually creating your box. Now obviously we need to fasten this.
Yeah.
So what I've done is I've just taken a little brad, and then obviously we need something on the edge just to seal it.
Yeah.
So what I've done is I've taken my X-cut dies, I've got the magnetic shim, and you always get a little bit extra on your shim.
Yeah.
And I've just taken 2 pieces of magnetic shim,
Yeah.
pop them together so you know which side's actually going to stick. And then we can just cut out 2 little squares of that. You just need 2 tiny little bits.
Okay, yeah.
Take off your double-sided tape.
Yeah.
That's going to go over the brad. And then it's going to go onto the front of the box.
Oh, I see.
There you go, keeps
Brilliant.
it nice and closed. So the front section, I've got a little bit of card, and I've just gone for cream. It just gives a nice base for the distress that I'm wanting to create.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to take a little collection of my artiste inks. I'm going to start off with the brown, so this is the chocolate dye-based ink. And all I'm going to do is just rub down my card. And just keep turning your card as you go. And this is going to create the base part of it, like a wood grain effect.
Right,
that we're throwing on there.
okay.
And then I'm going to take a green dye-based ink.
Yeah.
And very, very lightly, just go over with that as well. Keep it quite nice and flat, and you'll get that type of shadow, that texture coming through.
Yeah.
Again, blue pigment ink. Okay, so again, this is because it's pigment, it's wet, so you're going to get a really streaky effect.
Yeah.
You see there?
Yeah.
It's got that lovely effect coming through, and it's slightly darker at the edges as well.
Brilliant.
And then we're going to do exactly the same with the black pigment ink. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is just take a black pen.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use the fine liner. Okay, so obviously with these pens, you've got the double ended, you've got the brush and the fine. So I'm going to just go with the fine. And then all I'm going to do is just very randomly just draw down.
Oh, okay.
And this is going to create the wood effect. Okay.
So you don't have to be precise or anything like that.
I would say
You
try
can
and get
just
wiggles in it.
Yeah,
Try
because it's
and not
more
get it too
realistic
straight.
then.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then all I'm going to do is just basically just blob a couple of little lines just across there. Okay, so just do this really quickly. There we go. And then all I'm going to do is just put my little nails in there. So you can do these with brown or silver or anything like that. It's just a quickness. I'm going to just use it with the black. Okay. So there's my little bit of wood. Okay, which I think just looks absolutely smashing. It looks really aged as well, and you can't tell that it's cream card.
Yeah.
So it can be any offcut of card. I'm just going to take a 1.5 inch circle punch.
That's why it's always worth keeping hold of your offcuts, isn't it, when you're doing stuff?
Yeah, it is. So you've got your aperture in there. You can go around with a black pen if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But I've just trimmed one down that I did earlier on. You can see, obviously, you're going to get different colours, different textures.
Yeah.
This one's got a little bit of yellow in there as well. I'm going to go back with the box that we've got here. And I've got some foam pads just on the back. So take those off. Okay, and the greeting that I want to use as well, again, these come out of the Ultimate Pack. So you've got the ones that are circular, it just says with love, or you've got ones for a special son.
Yeah.
So all I'm going to do is just put a little bit of double-sided tape on the back of that one. And then to mount it onto my card, that's going to go just underneath there. So we'll just need to line it up with the aperture that I've got.
Yeah.
Okay, hold it onto the front of your card so you know roughly where you're going. So all we need to do then is just press this little section down there, and then this top section here, we can just turn over and place just on the top there.
Brilliant.
Okay, so obviously the 3D foam pads are just giving it that extra little bit of depth.
Yeah.
And then what I've done is I've used these wonderful little stamps. We've got the little mini stamps.
They are tiny stamps.
These are tiny.
Yeah.
But they're absolutely, they give you a fantastic background if you wanted to use it as a background.
Yeah.
And you can also use them just as independent little items there.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of string.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to loop it just around my fingers.
Right.
And I'm just going to create some little twigs. So obviously while it's like this, you can actually ink it again with the brown ink if you wanted to. But all I'm going to do is just chop those in half.
Yeah.
And then just use a little bit of wet glue. Just put a dollop of wet glue just on the bottom there. And then we're just going to take these little string sections, and these are going to be my little branches that my birds are going to sit on. The glue will dry clear, so don't feel that you've got to cover everything
Okay, I was going to
completely.
ask about that.
And then I've just got two little birds that I've stamped and coloured, and I've used the artiste pens with these.
So good.
And again, just a little foam pad just on the back there.
I'm a massive fan of using 3D foam dots, actually.
Yeah.
So this is what you've already made. So
Yeah.
you've put these on top as well, so you can just hang them.
Yeah, so these ones, all I've done is I've just taken my little pokey tool
Yeah.
and right on this seam here, just put a little pokey tool in there.
Yeah.
Loop up your cotton, tie a knot in the end,
Right, okay.
and then just thread it through.
And
And that will just hold in place with your little knot there.
fantastic.
And
That's
then obviously
brilliant.
we'll use buttons or whatever you want to decorate
Yeah.
it up.
Brilliant, fantastic. I absolutely love these. Thank you so much for joining
You're
us
welcome.
today, Jo. If you fancy having a go at making a little triangle box, then do drop us an email at tv@docrafts.com. And for now, happy crafting.